promises which, according to him, has not been fulfilled. Tonight, we'll be dissecting the president's performance, especially the major agenda of fixing insecurity in Nigeria and the economy issues, and of course, fighting corruption, which Mr. Omokri says is far from doing so. And of course, we will get some response from the APC. Well, Mr. Reno Omokri, lawyer and author, he joins me now from London. Thank you so much, Mr. Omokri, for your time tonight on the program. Let me begin with you, Mr. Omokri. On a day like this, you raised some very, very strong accusation against this government. First and foremost, on the issues of anti-corruption, you said that corruption is not being fought in this government, rather that corruption is going on in this government. What are your claims, and what do you have evidence of those claims?
Well, I don't have claims. I deal in facts. I don't deal in claims. Now, you talked about Rahman Abbas. Now, let's look at it. Now, our youth in Nigeria, they're actually mirroring what they're seeing with our leaders. General Muhammadu Buhari on January 31st, 2019, went to Kano, lifted up the hand of Umar Ganduje, and asked the people of Kano to vote for him. Now, Umar Ganduje, this was a man caught on video receiving bribes in dollars, stuffing them in his clothes. And then you're raising this man's hands and you're asking the people, the youths, to vote for him. In other words, you're telling them, vote for crime. You can imagine that. Babachir Lawal, the former secretary to the government of the Federation, was caught red-handed with his hand in the kitty. He was a thief, caught red-handed. And then this man gave an interview to Punch and said that he still visits Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. As a matter of fact, he was given a role in Muhammadu Buhari's re-election campaign. Nasir Danu, a member of the president's inner cabinet, in a kitchen cabinet, he was arrested November last year at Heathrow Airport in London with a fake passport, with huge sums of money undeclared. He was arrested and then deported to Nigeria. The next thing we saw, pictures of Nasir Danu and Muhammadu Buhari shaking hands. Look at it, and on the eve of the last presidential elections, we saw bullion vans going into the home of Bola Tinubu, a leader of the APC. This is in a country that is known for vote buying. Now, bullion vans going into the home of a national leader, and nothing was done to him. EFCC did not investigate. He was not arrested. He was not. So what you are seeing is that corruption is so brazen. And Chinua Achebe said in his book, Arrow of God, that when a child is asked to go and steal by his father, he does not go stealthily. He walks boldly and breaks into the door. And that's what you've seen with Abbas or Hushpupi. He has seen his leaders portray corruption as something that you can vote for, something that can visit you at the presidential villa, somebody that is, you can call somebody your national leader, and yet you have this kind of behavior. And so he is exhibiting what he's seen. That's why he was flaunting his corruption on social media. Look, we have a situation whereby we are facing the worst economic crisis of our national life. Yes, this president budgeted 37 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly, a building that was built in total for 6 billion naira. A president in this midst of this monumental economic crisis budgeted $500 million to renovate NTA. NTA, I spoke to a former director general of NTA, I can name his name if you want me to, and he said NTA is worth $50 million. How can you budget $500 million to renovate a station that is worth $50 million? SABC, South African Broadcasting Corporation, the biggest broadcasting corporation in Africa, is worth only $200 million. Now, just yesterday, Serap sued this government. It was in the papers. They sued them on Friday, but it came on the papers on yesterday. In 2017, the Auditor General of this government, now this is not an activist, the Auditor General of the Federation came out and said 300 billion naira has either been stolen or misappropriated in Nigeria under Buhari. Now, in 2017, that means he had just been 2 years in office. You can imagine how much has been stolen now. What I'm trying to say is that this administration is not giving our youth a good example. The examples that they're showing, look, 2015, May 29, when former President Goodluck Jonathan handed over to Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria's total debt was 11 trillion. As I speak to you right now, Nigeria's total debt is 28.63 trillion. It is multiplied by 3. Our foreign debt, 2015, was $7 billion. As I speak to you right now, it is $29 billion. And this man says he wants to borrow $22.7 billion more. And what are you doing with the money? You are not building schools. You are not building hospitals. You budgeted 11 billion for Aso Rock Presidential Clinic. That clinic could not treat the chief of staff to the president when he had COVID-19. Where has that money been going?
Mr. Omokri, when you
Yeah.
raise the issue of Hushpupi, and perhaps what birthed this conversation is the allegations or the criticism coming from the APC that some leaders of the PDP are seen in pictures with this man that has since been arrested and taken to the United States. Are you in some way saying that there is a justification for Hushpupi's alleged behavior or suspected frauds?
Hushpupi is a criminal. He is facing the law and he should be sent to jail and then the key thrown away. But let's look at the issues. Let's not look at shadows. The picture, Atiku Abubakar was at an event where it was packed full of Nigerians. And one of the people there was this young man. And at that time, nothing was known about the young man's criminality. He was just thought to be an influencer. And he came and took a picture. Atiku Abubakar is probably the most popular Nigerian today. And if a Nigerian comes up to him and says he wants to take a picture, of course he will take a picture with him. Now,